Hello, everyone. Let's see. Should I should I have my face on here today? Sure. Why not? My hair is out of control. Disminer, welcome. Razzie, I'm not sure if you're still here, but welcome if you are. Am I muted? No, the video captured it. Okay. Never mind. Confusing. All right. So, as you can see, we're back to hide and seek. And I made one major fix. So before the well, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for that because I'm gonna have to explain it like 7 times. Beard's out of control. The water at my house keeps going on and off. Whoop, sorry. Let's do some observing. It is really hot in here, and I'm afraid to turn on a fan because it'll make a bunch of noise. And I've misplaced my mouse. Where is it? There it is. Okay, that worked. Alright, I've got a little thing at the bottom. We should do it somewhere else. No, no, not that. Moving the wrong thing. Move the text layer. Maybe I should move my head. There we go. Sorry. Doing hide and seek again? Yes. So one of the big problems with it before is that the generations would iterate at the same pace when I first added in roles. So all the Marios and all the Iron Men would both have to finish training before it would iterate a generation. And so that meant that you could have time where all the Iron Men died because they didn't do well, and the Marios, since they're hiding successfully, were crushing it. They would be left alive on the map with no one to find them. So it was really skewing the scores. And so now the generation should be able to iterate normally. I should have hit this with a hard reset before this thing. Never fear. Yes, we're back to hide and seek. I said I wanted to make this a 4-part thing. So now that we could go back to the building stuff, but that was, I don't know, that was kind of a one-off thing. I do want them to build more stuff. But I mean, we actually fixed a lot of problems. So I'm curious now. I'd like to see if they wall themselves in or something like that. But I should do a hard reset real quick. So if you will indulge me that. AI. My session. Did I push that up? Nope, still thinks I'm on building. Guys, it is hot in here. Get away without the hat, I'll not wear the hat. Alright, I'm getting a fan. It's so hot. No, I'm sure it's not as hot as where you're at, never fear. Well, I'm not actually sure, but I'd wager it's not. It's supposed to be 91 Fahrenheit, which I don't know how much that is Celsius, somewhere in the high 30s, mid 30s. Not sure. I'm using regular OBS. I've been using Streamlabs mainly for Twitch, but since I've been doing less Twitch streaming, I'm tempted to switch over to it. They want to sell you all sorts of stuff. All right, I got to focus here. I was supposed to delete something or hard reset something. Application. I also have to delete a cookie because there's a slight bug in the UI that's driving me nuts, but it should be fixed with the next deployment. I'm not sure why I didn't deploy it. Nope, I just logged myself out of ChaosCraft completely. Well, at least we have pretty colors to look at while I screw around over here. Okay, forgot my password. Nope, just fat fingered my password. I had it right. Wow, there's some major bugs in here. Never fear. Did you see that I added in the functionality to edit your sim model tag? I haven't made it so you can edit your sim model as a whole yet, but your tag at least. Oh, I should make this observe mode static on here. All right. So we're gonna hit this real quick. I'm gonna do this on the main screen actually, so you guys can see it. If I can remember which, this one. So this there is dynamic, and so we're gonna get rid of a bunch of this stuff because it's not important for their knowledge. They should learn a lot. Wow, look at all the stuff they've observed. So much junk. We don't need any of that stuff. What do we need? Is there entity IDs? We don't need any of that junk. That's all junk. Maybe an item, something like that. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna do dragon egg. Honestly, I'm not gonna do dirt at the moment either. Do that. We don't want that. Oh, they've already learned the match manager block, which is. Oh wait, that's because these guys haven't been hard reset. Oh, there's so much junk. Okay, we had the walls were bedrock, right? So this is raw navigation, but I'm actually tempted to switch it back. We're gonna let them see bedrock right now. Okay, so their neural nets are going to be extremely limited in a lot of ways, but they keep in mind they can see if the entity is their teammate or not their teammate too. So an unexpected JSON. No, it looks good to me. Position 0. Okay, that's saved. Save. Okay, I need a confirmation there. 31 Celsius. Yeah. Slick back hair. Yeah, they've opened up haircutting places here, but I still have not managed to bother to go down there and do it yet. So, all right, sessions. Let's hit it with a hard reset. They were just running amok in a totally open environment before this, just because I was working on the match manager stuff, which I'll get into in a little bit. So, what am I doing? That's right. I need to restart now, which I probably should have done while I was doing all of that. Just a side note, you called the stream Thursday live. Did I say Thursday in the chat? Tuesday stream, where did I call it Thursday? No, I did call it Thursday. I don't know. Doing this thing twice a week, I can't reuse the title as much, or I just got to be really careful. Oh, I didn't do a thumbnail either. Yeah, the water went out here, so I've been trying to deal with that, and so I didn't do a thumbnail. It's a Diet Dr. Pepper, not a beer, by the way. Too early in the day for that by a long shot. I just want some caffeine in me, so I'm nice and lively for everybody. And no, I don't think drinking soda is healthy, even if it's diet, but I got bad habits. Star Wars t-shirt, man. Always. I got like 3 different Star Wars t-shirts that I like rocking. And I'm always on the look for more, but I don't want just, I don't know, I don't want it to be, there's certain, like this is like a blueprint of the Death Star. That's kind of cool, but I don't want like just like a regular old shirt. It's also got these like fuzzies. If you look in there, like a bunch of like little white things, and people always think it's lint, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be stars because it came with it. Honestly, I wish I could have picked up like several of these because this one's getting a bit old. Okay, so they're Gen Zeros, and they're spawning. So now here's what I want: is this is where I'm headed with this? Is I want a smaller map for these guys to work on, and I want to have dozens of them, because right now, even that I'm limiting their spawn quite a bit, they spawn too close still and doesn't really make the match that fair. I also want to figure out a way to delay these guys spawning in. Seekers have it hard. A little bit. So I kind of want to go back. Another thing I want to do, it's literally written right here, is I want to give them the ability to switch from raw navigation to the new navigation we've had and just get rid of the sim model, the action sim model. So that way they can have the best of both worlds. So game mode, creative. Let's take a look at their neurons real quick. This guy's navigating pretty well. Oh, is he stopping? He hit a Mario, then he stopped for no reason. And now Mario just ran into his point of view. All right, let's just check out this Mario. Biased input is looking at bedrock. Okay. Wait, what was the outputs? Walk output. So they're totally using raw nav. Let's walk sideways and change head yaw. So we're not going to see too many interesting neural nets Gen 0. That's unlikely. I just want to see a variety of neurons, ideally. Okay, he's got is looking at bedrock, is looking at org entity. Biased input is looking at bedrock, is looking at bedrock, is looking at bedrock. Jump, walk sideways, walk forwards, change yaw, and target candidate slot, which is an odd one, but they still have target candidates, even if they don't have. I need to make a neuron that says it's looking at target candidate slot 1 with an I, or slot 2, so that would be a good neuron to have. Let's see, hold on. Can other people have edit their sim model's observable attribute? You can edit your training room's observable attribute. Uh-oh, my clients are mentioning me. Oh, nuts. Actually, they're applauding me. I got yesterday, man. We got my consulting clients got attacked, and they were down for a while, and then I hopped up in there and brute force something real quick, and we got them back up and running. So, and yeah, HyperMX, welcome to the party. I believe you're Overflow, and I believe you're also a patron, so thank you for that. I remember. What's the difference between target and target candidate? Well, target. So they have multiple target slots, right? And when we're doing action buffer stuff, they have action target slots too. So let's take a look at the biology here. They've got eyes, and you can see they have 2 target slots. So a target candidate is something in its environment it's assessing. It's the block. If you guys remember, if you go back a couple videos, you can see the kind of spread around them of blocks like that they kind of examine. So all those are target candidates, and then any entity within range as well. And I can't remember what the range is offhand, 10, 20 maybe. So that's it. So I made bacon before this, and then the water went out, so I couldn't wash my hands for a while, and then I think I must have like touched my face or something, because now my face is greasy. I'm like, man, I really want to wash my face. Totally random note. I'll give you guys like something like very scientific, and then I just tell you how greasy I feel. All right, so we're at Gen 0 still. We're seeing some good neurons. We're not going to see the scores yet. So again, for people that are just getting here, one of the big things that we did recently was that we added before when I built this thing, we all had one role, one set of fitness rules, and then I split it to 2 roles. And it didn't occur to me right off the bat that one role is going to do so well that it's going to live a lot longer than the other role. So in hiders and seekers, the hiders, if they weren't doing well, they would use up all their guys because they wouldn't live that long, and then the seekers would be left until they're done iterating, just running amok. Well, this will give an advantage to the hiders, or the seekers at this point now, because their generations will iterate independently of the other guys' generations. And so it sounds really simple, but it's a little complex to do in the back end. And I'm actually going to fix it even further so that ChaosCraft or any other mod, the one you're working on, Never Fear, can request a certain number of a role. So that'll work out when the match. I created a match manager block. Let's take a look at that. It's not fully wired in yet because Well, because of a lot of things. A lot of weird stuff going on here. Oh wait, M-A-T. Look at that, and I made a nice little M skin for it instead of just something random like purple. But this, if I place it here, will allow you to create different matches, and then you can set the match duration and probably a lot of other things. But that way, it'll make sure that these guys spawn in unison, basically. Or maybe I can figure out a way to put like a roll delay or something like that. You guys can pass it, but they'll basically spawn in unison, and so that way we can have the hiders and the seekers start out at the same time. Because right now you're at a disadvantage if you spawn out in this main area here and you're a hider. But I'm curious to see what their scores are going to be. Start observing. If you see me looking over here, it's because this screen is my laptop, and that's where I have you guys at. And then this is the main screen where you guys can see. And then there's actually another screen. I think you can see it where I've got OBS here. Yes, you can definitely see it. So, HyperMX, I'd like to play around with hide and seek as well, but it feels like it's too unstable, or should I say private at the moment? You're welcome to play around with it. One of the things I was looking at wiring in today, what do I got here? I could keep working on the match manager block. So now also I should note that the spawn blocks, I'm stuck in this guy, get out. I need to make it so there's just one key and it stops observing. This also can take a, I should say match ID here. And so, wow, this screen is just all jacked up. But this is the match thing. So if it has a match, then a match block, then that should be what commands it. So I also want to work on a clone space command, because I'd like the clone area command, because I want these guys to, I want to be able to clone like a smaller version of this where they can hide, because this is a little excessive right now. I think I'm gonna let these guys run for a gen or two, see what happens. What are we at for gen progress? Network info. 29%. We're going a little slower because I dropped down their numbers. So just take another look, see if anybody's got better neurons. Okay, so this is what I was looking for, the entity, team, ally, state, ally spelled wrong, opponent. So they can determine what an opponent is, so that's good. This guy looks like he's using the raw navigation, or not raw navigation. This guy looks like he's using Minecraft navigation. That means he's actually performing an action right now. But he died. Yeah, these guys are okay. So this is interesting. They're using the pathfinding I wired in for Minecraft. They've got the mob pathfinding. Oh, we've got 7 viewers. All right. So if you're new to the channel, let me know, and I'm happy to shout it out. Otherwise, there's this link here. Move up there for some reason. That's not really a link, but check out the show notes. There's a playlist. Do it after the stream. But there's a playlist that'll catch you up too on a lot of this stuff. I'd recommend the V0.3. And if you want to, shout it out. I'm always curious who's watching. Any new planning? Any news on the planning and net? Well, we've made some breakthroughs with the action buffer stuff. I think the pathfinding was an interesting one there. That's a short-term fix. A longer-term planning neural net, I'm still working on. So what I want to do is train these guys to be training a variety of neural nets to be good at very specific tasks, and then take another neural net that'll choose which tasks to perform at that given time as a higher functioning neural net. And then we can pass in the other neural nets as just basically they fire off whenever this output says fire off. And I'm trying to figure out a good way to structure that. Never fear, that would be useful to place blocks quickly. It's just the slash fill command. Yes, the slash fill command is good, but I want to like say if I wanted to run 10 of these, just copy from there to there basically, and just say make 10 copies of this maze and ensure that the spawn block or the chunks are loaded, which would probably destroy my machine, but give it a shot. Alien Anthony, welcome to the party. Disminer, I have no idea how the structure blocks work, but I basically copy and paste areas with them. Right, so they do have a clone command. Okay, so we've got this clone command here. But the thing is, then I'd have to go back around and go to every single spawn block and say use, update the match IDs, update the spawn blocks. I want it to just basically clone it and update the spawn blocks and match blocks. But again, I'm probably over-engineering the heck out of this thing now that I think about it. Let's see. Alien Anthony, YOLO. Set up new subs notification or something. I should do that. That'd be good. That's a good idea because we do rack up some subs on these streams. One of the videos in Chaos V03 says it's private. Oh boy. Let me quickly put you in observe mode so I can look at that for a second. I think I'm getting better at this streaming thing. Slowly. Man, this I posted the latest video in r/artificial this morning, and it is not doing as well as the other videos. All right, playlists. What the heck? It's a deleted video? Oh, okay. I know what's going on there. The upload yesterday botched in the middle of it, and so I had already added it to that list. So it's not private, it's just deleted. My bad. Also, these are ordered in a weird way. Why are they ordered like this? All right. Sorry about that. Should be fixed. Let's see. What am I doing? All right. So, to code right now or not to code? The match stuff will take a long time. I could do the raw output stuff though. So, do the raw output stuff. Another thing I could do is offset their scans so they have the ability to scan further away from them. You can actually see this guy was just targeting some air blocks and still deciding to walk away from them. They made absolutely no difference to him. But do I have? There's one important block that I'm pretty sure I've got in here running. Let's go. Okay, no. Get that back in there. All right. I was watching Roberto Blake's stream right before this. And their streams are much less chaotic, but I think that fits the fact that this is called ChaosCraft. So this is if I can see it. Well, we want to make it, we want to be able to give the hiders the ability to pick a spot that the seekers cannot see. And then there's also this, which I'm afraid might be the same thing. Target can see. Okay, these actually shouldn't be in this folder. That's my bad. Okay, so this will help the hiders, or the seekers, but not the hiders as much. So, number 4, I am planning to make an open source clone of Don't Starve Together in a way it's easy to add ML with, since the modding interface of Don't Starve Together isn't very good for ML. The guys that made Don't Starve Together, they made another game called Oxygen Not Included, and that's another one I would like to put AI in. I'm hoping I'm saying this right. Hardjip G, welcome. How's it going? I'm not very good at pronouncing words that I know, sadly. I say routine a lot of times, like I'm like a Southern belle or something. People give me a hard time about it, and the athlete's like, "Why'd you say routine?" I don't know, no idea. Okay, so let's see. We could do. I'm trying to think. Another thing we need is closest of a type. God, there's so many different neurons we could do here. It's frightening to think about. Okay, I'm a seeker right now, and that is definitely a failed hider. He's racking up a score, but I'm not giving him that much life. I'm pretty sure I tapped out their lives at something. Never fear. Yeah, that's a cool game as well. Yes, indeed. Hard jump right? No worries. All right, cool. Yeah, I like that my name's one syllable. I guess you could do math. No, this makes it easier. Okay, I'm hopping out of here because it's awkwardly close. All right, we're gonna go to this angle here, and I'm gonna have some more caffeine here. So let's see if anyone's iterated yet. Doesn't look like it. No, wait. Okay, so the gorilla, which I should probably put their roles in here, have iterated. Let's hop back to this for a second and take a look at my species. I don't know if you guys saw, but I deployed this fancy new table thing here. So I can say I want my seekers first. And so these guys, 40 out of 40. So see the seekers, they're not doing well. But the thing is, we shouldn't run out of all the seekers. There should never be 0 seekers in there, or at least not for more than like 5 seconds. So the gorillas, they've already iterated. So they're doing all right. I mean, it's kind of a pretty high score there. Wow, look at the discrepancy in complexity here. These guys are 26s already, and these guys are just 8s. And the 8s got more points. All right, back to what we were doing. There it is. Yeah, so that guy's definitely doing the wander. He's doing something from the action buffer that looks so much like he's trying to navigate to the block below him or something. Hardjip says, "You're making an open source game. Can I check it out?" Never. Oh, I thought I never hear yet. Cool. All right. So we've got all the seekers hiding in this corner here. This guy's freaking out. Oh, is there a hider over here? There's a hider. There's a hider stuck in there. So they may have actually been tracking him. It's tough to say, but they clearly aren't doing a great job of it because they've gotten stuck in this corner. And he's just crushing. Oh, there's 2 of them over here. All right. All right. I'm going to go back out a little bit here, and because I think this is a better way to observe this sometimes. And let's add in a neuron or 2. Let's start with the one I've been saying I'm going to add since the beginning of time, is a use raw output neuron. I think that's the first thing I want to do. We'll put it in raw nav here. use raw output neuron. That sounds redundant. We're just gonna do this. Add. So I'm wondering if I should set it on a neural net level. This neural net. You don't need the org entity. Should we do it? Because the action buffer will automatically try and send it if we're using the action buffer. Let me see how I wrote it client side real quick. It's been a little while. Or no, server side. So right now I think actions override raw output. So yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, so if there are raw outputs, it ignores the action buffer. Instead, we're going to want to make it. God, there's a lot of traffic going back and forth there. Never fear, you do a lot, man. I wouldn't stress too much on that one. You do a great job. Dang it, my clients or my customers or not you guys, but my other. Oh wait, never mind. It's my co-working space. Never mind. Don't care. Sorry, getting messages here. All right. And now my live chat has disappeared. Oh boy. Hopefully it's still working. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do this here. I should have done this before the stream, but like I said, it's been a day. Because even if they have one raw output neuron being sent, then it gets rid of all this junk here, or then it won't. I guess we could make it if they haven't done. It doesn't received a raw output event in several ticks, then you use the action and go back to try and execute the action. All right. So let's look at this. Let's say tick sense raw output. Do this. Yep. It's ticks sense raw output. OUT PUT REC received RECIVED. I do have incredibly long. How do you spell that? I do have incredibly long variable names here, but that helps people understand what's going on. So tick sense raw output received is 0. It is actually we'll just make that 1,000 for now because we want it to start doing the action unless raw output has been received. So we're going to figure out where this comes in, which is add out raw output neuron. We don't want that. Where's this raw output? Oh, that's the base of raw output neuron. Okay, that's good. Forgot that I did this. Server value. I think. Update packet. I'm pretty sure I have a raw output network thing that should trigger that. Wolf24, welcome. If it's your first time here, let me know. I'm happy to explain it to you. You also can check out, for more background on what we're doing, there's a whole bunch of playlists. We've been doing this for 2 years. They're in the show notes that will catch you up on what I've been doing. So Disminer, the seekers are spinning because they're trying to navigate to the block under them. That is probably what's happening. They're defaulting to the wander behavior if they don't have any raw outputs, and because they can't pick actions right now either. So they just spin, and that seems to be what they're choosing a lot of times. But you'll see them change sometimes, and they'll do proper pathfinding to a different spot. But occasionally, the wander output just picks the one underneath them. Which, in hindsight, I should probably make a while loop there and make it so it picks something outside of a certain radius. All right, we got to figure out where this is getting added. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the neural net. And here we've got, we'll send a network packet if I'm not mistaken. Oh God, why am I spacing on all the names of stuff? It's not like I haven't been staring at this thing for months. There we go. This is its action packet. There we go. Handle. The handler does nothing with it? Does it do it in the decode? Oh my God. Cutifier. Sorry about that. Nope, that's not it. Wait, what were we just looking at? In here, the decode. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna do this. This dot entity get entity. Get server org manager. I'm actually gonna do that as a new line, so if it blows up, we'll know. You know what? I'm gonna actually do this right for once. If that is no, we gotta blow up. All right, and we're gonna say something like good. We're gonna make that function. Oh crap, I made it in the wrong spot. We're gonna go back over here and do it again. Good, and we're gonna figure out where that evaluate is, or execute action buffer. All right, we're gonna change this one. If tick since raw but received is greater than, we're gonna do 1 second for now, and then what we'll do is that, and we gotta do probably do a plus equals here. Plus equals 1. I'm thinking, is this inside the tick method? Oh my God, there's a bunch of junk here. I don't know what that is. I don't want to tick org. Yep, that is. It's good. All right, we're almost there. So this one is. So okay, we're good. All right, I'm talking this one out loud. I need some help here, man, for you guys to help me out. All right, oh, I'm gonna catch up in the comments too. Oh, Eclipse is available. Yes, it's my first time here. All right, Wolf24, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm kind of juggling two things at once. So these are neural nets that are learning how to play hide and seek, similar to OpenAI's hiders and seekers. So when you see a red line, that means a seeker's got eyes on them. When you see green stuff spewing out of them, that's points. That means they're scoring because they've got eyes on Mario. They really are all in sync right there. Up. They're so close. These Marios are doing great because they're hiding in the corner. And that Mario had some red stuff, fire shooting out of him, because that means he's getting a negative score because he was in the line of sight there. Now, right now, the seekers are doing much better than the hiders. Ooh, look at this. These are generation 1s, so that means they iterated correctly. So that's wonderful. Sorry, that's a bit of an advanced topic there, but so yep, the Iron Men are the seekers and the Mario are the hiders, and these guys have figured out that this corner is a good hiding spot. They're hiding until their max life. So we are doing better than the last time I ran this experiment, that's for sure. Okay, so jumping back, if you have any questions, Wolf, shout them out. I am happy to answer them. But for the meantime, I'm going to jump back to the topic of what to do with this neuron. I'm looking at my more experienced people here. So I could have at any time any one of the raw outputs, which is walk forwards, walk sideways, attack, the pitch fires off, that they will go ahead and do that action. It'll override the action buffer stuff. But if I do that, it seems like they'll be more likely, since there's only 6 actions that can happen, they'll be more likely to do that stuff. So I kind of want to make it so we have to use raw output neuron. Am I doing overkill there or am I not? I'm going to give you guys a minute to think on that. I feel like I should do the use raw output. Otherwise, it's just, I'm pretty sure unfairly balanced. That is me pouring more soda into the soda, if you can hear that, into my cup. It is not me peeing on camera. Never fear. How often do you do calisthenics, if any? I want to get back into working out, and I need to get a few things checked out before that. Depending on your definition of calisthenics, I mean, I do a bunch of hand balancing and stuff. So I do rings. We have rings set up in the basement. I think I gave you guys a tour of that, like these gymnastic style rings. I don't swing on them, but I do use static stuff. But how often do I do it? I guess pretty much most mornings. I usually take Sundays off. Maybe I'll do cardio instead of calisthenics. And I don't know if you guys if you remember the video. Did I put it on the video? We have a squat rack here, so we have some weights and whatnot. I strongly recommend doing a little bit of something to get your heart moving each morning. It really helps get the blood flowing and the ideas flowing, and the endorphins, so you feel better about it. So I try and kick off most mornings after I do a meditation and probably a little journaling. Then I do either cardiovascular or something else. So keep healthy, especially these times. Well, always stay healthy, but it's tough when you're supposed to be indoors. But you'd be amazed. There's a lot of YouTubers that specialize in indoor workouts and stuff like that. So I'm not going to do that one. But no push-ups. I do push-ups on the rings. I do flies on the rings. So you got like this. I do handstand push-ups. I'm not trying to boast here, but I do as well do handstand push-ups. That's part of my hand balancing stuff. So I do, but I don't. I do archer push-ups. Which is where you got one arm out and you're pushing. I'm like this, and so you can't really use this arm as much. I'll do Superman push-ups, which are tough to describe, but basically it's a push off your hands. Now you're in the air, go like that, and catch the ground. So a variety of things. One arm to one leg push-ups. There's another one I enjoy doing that puts a lot of pressure on my bad knee. So this is interesting. We've totally hijacked the stream into me boasting about my workout routines. I guess happy to do. I do coach, so I'm happy to give you any information on progressions that you can need. Probably not on the stream, like how to get a hold of me outside of on Discord. So I'm happy to outline my workout regimen. I've got it actually written down on a whiteboard over there. But I oftentimes switch it up. It's because my shoulder. I had a rotator cuff issue recently. It's coming back though, strong. Today my hand balancing was on for some things, but off for others. All right. Hopefully I didn't lose all my readers there. No one's commented on the technical thing I was talking about. So let's zoom out, and I'm going to add it because why the heck not? So we're going to need to make this extend the raw output neuron probably. No? What we can do, yeah, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do, that's right. I've got a plan here. This neural net, is it the entity that sends it off, or is it the client org manager? I think it's the neural net. It's the org entity. All right, this is good. So what we'll do here is output neuron execute. Perfect, right here. If this dot send raw output, then do that. Not the prettiest written if statement, but I think I want to do it that way. Create field, Boolean, good. All right. So, okay, go back down there and where's evaluate? Okay, evaluate. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it false here, and then at some point this neuron will do I can't make a function with the same name. Set send raw output to true. Actually, I'm going to delete that other one. Where was it? Okay, we don't need to do that one. What we'll do is we'll make this, let's see. Equals false, and that'll make it equals true. And I'm totally screwing around here. We're going to do this. There we go. I don't know why I narrate everything. It's not that important. Takes a Boolean. There we go. All right. Cool. I should turn off my phone, but I'm afraid that we'll get another attack. I'll have to jump on and save it for my consulting clients. All right. Well, that's tricky. Let's see what, before I blow up everything, let's see where we're at with scores here. Black Widow, that's Iron Man. I don't think the hiders have iterated yet. Yeah, we're still seeing Gen Zeros for the hiders, so they're kicking the snot out of them. Let's see if any of them have scores, though. Well, I guess, you know what, I take it back. We got to go to the other screen to do that anyway. So what we're going to do here, I'll put this on one side if I can. Perfect. All right, refresh. This really doesn't work well. This won't work well on mobile at all. Oops. All right. Okay, we're going to full screen this because it's not going to work half. All right, we're going to do roll hiders. Anybody's got scores? They got scores. 122. Interesting. Hider scores are way lower, but they're not compared to seekers, so it shouldn't matter. So note to self, squash the seeker scores a little bit. All right. So back to this, we're going to try and go in here to the sim model, and I kind of want to switch these guys back to discovery, but we're not going to do it right now. They don't have any action candidates target slots anyway, so I guess we'll put this over there. God, this could really screw them up. No, all right. Hold on a second. On the topic of exercise, did you succeed with the one-handed handstand? Today they were really good, actually. I had some really nice locked-in ones. The thing is, I usually have one finger on the ground and then one hand, and because if I don't do that, it's just that small amount of friction, then I start to rotate one way or the other, and I'm struggling with that one. So, I'm not actually doing one-handed handstands yet. I'm not there, but that I can do a finger for like 10 seconds. Not going to use Minecraft's pathfinding system. That's what they're going to do is they'll have the option now to either use their own, like just raw inputs, outputs go forwards, or they can just let the action use the pathfinding. So they have the decision choice. All right. So I'm in Discovery. I think what I'm going to do is copy over the raw. No. The raw sim model, or the raw input from the other sim model, Chaos. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go copy all this. I'm going to put it in a folder I file. It's very important to me that I call delete me because it's where I put scrap JSON. And I'm going to hop over here. We're going to look at the dev version of that, and we're going to try and find those raw outputs. So, oh wait, that's right, I can't search in here. So I think they both have is looking at, but the other guys probably don't have an ally state. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Horribly misspelled ally state. Oh, why is OBS on what? That's it's Adobe Premiere. Never mind. That's my editing the video. My bad. All right, we're going back here. Okay, these guys don't have an ally state or anything like that, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to put that in here. We don't need to mess with the fitness. Okay, so we're adding that. And even this thing says it's misspelled. I don't know what I was doing that day. Okay, we're going back there. Health input, target pitch input, all this stuff. Target candidate distance, target candidate yaw. I think those are all still in there. Target candidate, target candidate. Okay, outputs. All right, so here's what we need. Change pitch, change walk. All right, we need that. Yep, so we need all those. And nope, we're going into here. So those are all outputs. And we're going to add one new output for that new neuron. And it's going to be nope, not that. Not this. Nope. There we go. Use raw output. I copy and paste a lot because it makes it easier. This thing, I misspell so much stuff. All right. And if we're all ready, I'm going to, let's take a look. We're doing here, everybody's good. Mario, we're still at Gen, oh, we got a Gen 1 Mario, so that's cool. I'm just going to look at his neurons real quick. Neural net. Now, I probably should do a hard reset here, but I'm not going to. Do I lean against the wall when I do those? The one-handed ones? When warming up, sometimes I do, but no, not typically. That's the challenge of it. Gotta have some fun. All right. Walk forward, change yaw. Okay, so this will be interesting because if we did just put back in, did we put back in the action candidate stuff? Oh, never mind. I'm going to go on my other laptop and edit this, which is currently doing a very intensive computational thing for security reasons. To try and demonstrate, it's actually some fun stuff related to yesterday's attack. I'm not going to get into it though on stream because they might be watching me. Okay. That would be weird if they figured out who I was and who I'm working for and then came and tried to track me down and figure out whatever. Like, this guy's a YouTuber? Okay. All right. We're going to go and put that back in the sim model before I forget, which I almost just did. And so if I'm going to tag that other discovery sim model first. Let's go back. Okay, create new tag. I'm going to call this v0.3.21, which is a time that my last video came out. So now we're safe there. We can roll back to it if we need to. And here's our new one, which I think is valid JSON. Yep, otherwise it shouldn't have saved. Yes, okay. So where am I going here? We need to do a soft restart right now. Yeah. Oh, and I need to change. Well, it's fine. Is it fine? I don't know. Nah, that's probably not a good thing. Dang it, why did I do that? All right, I'm going to try this as fast as I can in the back end here. can't see me because I'm kneeling down to the height of the other laptop. Ooh, Golden Brace, I can see that you created a sim model for Terraria, or Never Fear. Very, very cool. This may break anybody's neural nets that have trained on hide and seek, by the way. Be warned. All right, I'm going to restart this just to be safe. So now if I go back over to hide and seek, it's not going to be using Teamy ideally. No, get out of there. I hate that bar. Okay, sim model. It's using discovery now, which should have the raw outputs in theory. Now, there's about a 90% chance that this blows up on the first run. Very big chance. I did, but I didn't change anything in there. Well, cool. Glad you were able to get it created all the same. And just give it time. We'll get there. What is this? Oh, that's something to do with yesterday's fire. Man, I wish I could go into detail on it. We had some hacker fun, man. It's like that crappy movie Hackers. They were coming at us. We were defending. People were rollerblading around like it's the 90s. No, not really. But network security is actually a really fun thing to do when, at certain times, it's exciting at times. Other times, it's incredibly tedious. Like when your client decides they don't understand the firewall, but they're still going to start making a bunch of changes to it. It's all right. It's not everybody. Just really random instance. 10 viewers. Wow. Welcome, everybody. Wow. Okay. It's running right out of the box. And he is spewing forth. It just looks gross at this point. I think I dropped the particles for these guys and then increased the particles for Buildy. And now we've got particles galore. So the green lines, if you're new to this, are what the edges of what they can see. So, and there's also a range to it as well. I think I cut down the range a little bit. So you can, I didn't actually make the green lines as long as they can see because then there'd be a ton of green lines everywhere. Okay, so there's definitely a problem now because they're not spawning back in. Yep, okay, we've got a problem. Here we go. Sim model. Okay, I didn't copy over the enum field. So give me a moment with that. So we got to go back to the sim model here. We got to go down to the enum. Perfect. We need that copied over. Activators haven't changed in a long time. I should actually change that. Templates, actions, enum. There we go. I had a feeling. I don't know why I didn't copy this over. Cancel. I actually don't know if it's saved. I need a better way of doing those like little notifications, and they have it in Bootstrap 4. Enum. Oh, I just saw it. Enum. Where was it? Come on. There you go. It's got it. Cool. Let's get back over here. Paste it there, and restart the server. Why not? We'll restart the client too. Never fear, I only have auth set up. I still need to do some UI stuff. Understood. Yeah, UI, clearly not my strong point. I like the idea of leaning a little heavier on ChaosNet's AI. I know it'd be more convenient if it was in ChaosCraft, but it's so much easier to modify HTML than MForge stuff. Mechanists, welcome to the party. How's it going? Just to fill you in on what we've got going on today, I just added a neuron so they can choose whether they want to use raw output, so like basic up, like walk forward, walk left, walk right, or if they want to use the action buffer stuff. And we're testing that right now. And they're back in hide and seek. Also, another major upgrade is that we made it so the roles generations iterate independently, which in hindsight was super obvious. But it didn't make it work that way. So before, I think I've said this a couple times, but just to catch anybody new that just hopped on the stream, the generations, the hiders would do well, so they get rewarded, but the seekers would not do well, so then they die off, and then they'd be waiting for the seeker or the hiders generation to iterate, and it wouldn't go for a long time because the hiders were kicking butt because there were no seekers. So it kind of became a self-fulfilling prophecy. But now that doesn't happen. The seekers, I think, is this guy already a Gen 2? Is there one guy? There's a bunch of them. They're Gen 2. Don't know how they got stacked like that. That's a little okay. They're all stacking. I think there's got to be a bug. There's got to be an exception that's not hitting here. No, maybe not. This is all fine. That happens when we log back in. Okay, well, so okay, no one's using the raw output. I may have to do a hard reset on this because they're all pretty set in stone. They're not using the raw output at all though right now because I made that little bit of code there. Let's put a deep, well, let me hit it with a hard reset real quick. I know these are like the most exciting things to do. Just watch Matt reset all the progress we just made in the last hour or two, but sarcasm heavily implied. Sessions, schematical, hard reset. All right. Go back to here, restart the client. Delete this folder. Hardjep, that was a weird singularity. Yes, indeed it was. Again, it looks like we've got 10-ish concurrent viewers. I don't know. The user interface for YouTube Studio stopped refreshing the amount of viewers for me that I've got. 9. So again, if you're new to this, let me know and I'll happily explain it to you. If you look in the show notes for this, the description for this, there should be links to a ton of videos that I've done previously that can catch you up on this stuff. Some of them going back 2 years, but I'd recommend starting with the V0.3. So if you don't know what the action buffer is, there's stuff in there on action buffer. There's a lot of different things. I should probably add more. I don't know, it's tough for me to decide if I should change the thumbs or something like that, or change the titles so it's a little easier to find, because a lot of the titles are very specific to crazy stuff you see. All right, so these guys are Gen 0s. What we're going to do is we need to do a little sniffing around here. So if you're new to programming, you want to know how programming works, it's a little bit of a inside scoop here, is that I want to see when this neuron, that's not the neuron, I want to see when this neuron, if it ever executes. So you probably should look in there. So I put a breakpoint in there and it should hit it when it tries to execute. I should probably, you know what, we'll just wander around and look in their brains to see. Hopefully they start succeeding in using that output soon. Let's see, neural net is looking at, what's the output? So this thing's it'll be URON. So we're looking for a URON on one of these guys. First one to move will have it. Nope, one of them walked. Didn't they? No, they might have just gotten pushed. URON, okay, he's got it, but he's too, it's below whatever. So theoretically, they're on the server side, they should be performing a wander action right now. So if I put a breakpoint in the wander action, you know what? I may have messed up. Let me take a look at the delete me folder again. Let's find that neuron. Use raw. It's default, which doesn't matter, but it's not part of the basic stuff. Huh. Never fear. Have you seen the Minecraft black hole video Dream? Yes, I did actually see that. I've been binge watching Dream stuff, hearing mixed reviews about them, but they cracked me up with a lot of that stuff. The black hole one was tough. It would be a fun experiment to have the bots try and do. Yeah, definitely. I think there's still a lot more we gotta get to before we're like ready for some of that stuff. I want to have like a base. I don't know. Yeah, we're getting there, bit by bit. Harjet, I have been watching your Thursday, previously Friday updates. You can see my content in the last Thursday update video as proof. Comment. Sorry, comment. I remember seeing a comment, but I'm spacing on what it was. I can take a quick look though. No, I don't want this. So many windows. Ah, yes. No, thank you for the kind words. I just looked it up. Thank you for the kind words. I enjoy producing this content most of the time. Sometimes the bots just don't learn. Okay, so we saw that it got evaluated, but it did not get executed. So I need to take a look at why that wouldn't execute. Not the the wander. I needed. I don't know. I'll look into that too. We got two different problems going on. Because the wander should be happening. I just don't want them standing around doing nothing. All right. Use raw output neuron. Execute. Org entity. Execute. Execute side equals. Okay, so I need to change. I need to change the execute side. That's on me. I forgot. It should be in the constructor or the JSON. Well, you know what? We'll do this. Public void. Okay. I honestly don't remember what it is. Nope. No, that's an action. Darn it. I'm in the wrong thing. Parse data. That's what I need. Parse data. I could, well, could do it here too. If I could remember to copy the P. Public execute side is client. Okay, we're going to go back over. I need to reassess this a little bit. Org entity. Iterate. Okay, yep, that'll do. That'll do. That should do the trick. Okay, so we just have to reset the client. And that should work. All right. Harjet, just a question. Once the bots are strong enough to handle standard vanilla Minecraft tasks, will you be planning on them handling modded Minecraft tasks in general? So the answer is yes. So here's the tricky part. They can learn new items. They can learn new blocks that aren't in vanilla. But a user interface, they're going to just struggle with. So what I'm going to try and do is create some type of standard where modders can just add a little bit of something to their user interfaces or something of that nature that will allow these guys to comprehend what the user interfaces mean. For example, the crafting user interface, they can't use containers yet because we don't have it. I didn't build a way for them to interact with that. Anything that requires a screen to pop up and you move stuff around on, they're going to struggle with. Enchanting stuff, all that. So, but we'll build it in, and I'm going to try and once I figure out a way, I'm going to make it so every modder that does MForge can wire stuff in too. So, okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. All right, we're going back there. We need to find. Okay, so this isn't getting hit, but that's not surprising yet. So we're gonna go and look around until we are sure that we've got what we need here. Neural net. We're looking for a UR. Is it URON? That's what we're looking for. Hold on, I gotta check a message real quick. All right, I don't think this is relevant to me. All right. And for those of you guys that didn't catch on, yesterday I had a whole lot of fun because my consulting client's website was under attack. I'm not going to go into too much detail on it or even mention who they are, but they're fairly large in their industry, and them going down's not great. And I got to do some real cool hacker stuff to get it back up. All right, so we're not seeing that neuron show up that often yet, but that's not. Oh, we got URON, and it is being evaluated, but it's not being executed. So, all right, we're gonna go with option number two here. And actually, am I overwriting it anywhere? We're gonna find out. Where am I overriding it? I am overriding it in the parse data. All right, well, whatever. I don't think that's the right way to do it, but we'll do it. Okay, so we don't need that, and we don't need this. All right, save, close, restart. Drink some water instead of soda. Anybody got any questions about this stuff? Any suggestions? I like when you guys throw out suggestions. There was one thing we were talking about in the chat earlier today on Discord was a Minecraft Olympics, and I would love that. Challenge mode is essential. I should probably put that as a higher priority. So to be clear, challenge mode is where you train up your neural nets, and you're going to end up having to save them to like a collection of neural nets that you guys have. And you can import them to other training rooms and all that stuff. So you'll be able to move them around or fork other people's neural nets. And so if somebody else has already trained a real good maze solver, you can go ahead and pop it in your own thing. And so once I have that, then you can run what's called challenge mode. Why is there? Okay. As challenge mode is where you just instead of hopping in here and that automatically starts training every species, you'll be able to pick your neural net and say anybody else's neural net on that, like so say I train a lava maze runner and Golden Braith trains a, yes, it hit. I don't have a mouse. Give me back my mouse. Okay. All right, so one of them, all right, this is good. So one of them should move, and we have a wander action, oddly enough. Okay, there we go. We got our wanderer. So this one, ideally, well, he might not score that high now I think about it. That's not good. And then he went into wander mode. I mean, he might have just been wandering. I'm not sure. What was I saying? What's this guy? Why does this guy got green lines sticking out of him? That's his target. Okay, so it's actually a couple of them, and that's their target. All right, we're going to change that to blue because that's going to confuse the heck out of me. So just to tell you guys what's going on there, the green line sticking out of Mario there, that's because they're actually they've selected an action to do, and that's the target he wants. But I already have green lines in here, so we need to make that some other color. And I need to remember where the heck I put that code. It's got to be in Tickables. Isn't it in Tickables? Building Manager. High score tracker, team tracker. Where did I put it? Oh my god, this is gonna drive me nuts. Wait, here we go. I've got this. I've only got color green in a few places. Is it Buildy? Is Buildy still getting hit? I forgot to take out Buildy. My bad. Alright, well, we'll do that in a minute. Power died. Oh, man. Oh, man, there's a bunch. Can you still create an endnet like you did in version 0.1? That was Mind Flayer, and so, no, we're so far beyond that. When I first, oh my god. When I first started doing this, I didn't even know how the calculus behind neural nets, how they worked. I was just using basically just if statements to execute stuff. And if you look at those first videos, like the calculus behind that is all wrong. And now I've got, mutatable activators and all sorts of fun stuff. I would love to do more with memory, but they need to figure out how to navigate a little better first. Not just talking about the pathfinding, but selecting the right goals and whatnot. This is ridiculous. You guys lucked out. Okay. But here's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna copy this code over. What is this code? This block. I'm gonna copy this code out of here. Okay, I don't want it in there. And I'm gonna put it in a new. Why am I doing that? Oh, because I just copied that code. Okay. I need to duplicate. No, we'll do this one. Meet ticker. We're gonna call it debug draw manager. For God's sakes. All right. Control C. Debug draw ticker. All right. And we're going to get rid of all this junk. So we don't need draw block cluster or any of that junk. We're gone. Another thing we need is client org manager, and we're there, I think. Good. And an override. Huh. Weird. Oh, that's right. I need to get the return statement at the end of this thing. And then I probably got to put this back in there. No? Back. Okay, we're just going to comment that out. I don't know what's going on. They both extend the same darn class. It's literally a copy. Oh, I got to put the iRender world last event. Sorry. All right, Alien Anthony. Oh, Seek and Destroy. Hello, welcome. How's it going? Alien Anthony, you think you could make an ant intelligence that would build colonies in Minecraft? Well, an ant. It does say ant. My eyes aren't going. An ant one? I'm not sure about that, but colonies are definitely where we're headed. I was like vaguely halfway awake, like around 2 a.m. Just laying in bed thinking about how best to approach colonies and that stuff. But there's still so many like basic mechanics we need to get hammered out, and that we're kind of figuring out with these things. So that's we're not there's all so these guys are all Gen zeros. The Gen 1 should be a lot better. By the way, all right. I need to figure out where this is wired in at and pull it out. We don't need building manager for a bit. Oh, I hate that it scans the crash logs. Let's do. Can I open this as in a Finder window? No. Building manager. I'm gonna pull you out of there too. Why is that not on the server side? Do I need it on the server side? Actually, no. They're getting scores. I think I'm okay. Harjip, would it be possible to change the color of the bot's username? If not, it'd be good to do so. Why or why not? I don't know if I can change the color of the bot's usernames. I've never tried it. We can look into it in a minute. May want to reset first so we can get. We're going to change this to blue. Anyway, red. We're going to do, I don't know, pink and blue. All right. I suppose we ought to just pop it back in there. This only needs to happen on client side anyway. So we're going to get out of here. And we still need to debug that wander action a little bit, because they should all be wandering right now. They're just standing there. It's probably something super simple that I just totally overlooked. Okay, this dot attach new whatever that is, done. Moving on. Why is there red in here? Does it need a constructor? It takes an org entity as a constructor. Wow. Do I need that? I don't know if I need that. Well, I'm gonna add it anyway. Come on. It like always likes to hide whatever window I was just looking at as far away from the tab that I was at as possible. Anthony, I saw a bunch of simple intelligence videos on how ants are so simple-minded, but they can create quite complex structures by leaving small bits of data left over for the next ant. I like it. Post it in ChaosCraft channel and Discord if you would be so kind. I don't know. I need to move where this camera is. Okay. This guy's doing a proper wander. That's good. These guys are not. Okay. Well, we're going to restart this. All right. Craft output and close. Wander action, we need to figure out. We take a closer look at the wander action. There we go. We're going to go here. If current action is null, if wander action is null, it should try and create it and then wander. So we're going to figure out what's going on there. Restarting this. I may lower my standing desk because my knees are starting to bother me. What do we got for time? Got half an hour left-ish. That's good. I'm afraid to go outside. It's going to be so darn warm out here. Being from Wisconsin, I got a thick skin. I can deal with the cold pretty easily. Not for too long, but. All right. Kind of like cellular automata, except complex outputs are. Am I saying that? Automata. Cellular automata. Simple rules, but complex outputs that are generated. What is this? Yeah. I mean, that's I when I think of these things, a long time ago I said, how would I teach an AI to read? And I thought the same way I teach a goldfish. And like the idea is that you've got to start with thinking it's nothing like a human being, not even close. You have to evolve it over millions of generations, and so that's why I called my first artificial intelligence experiment a fish tank, I believe. That's what it was called. Uh-oh. No pointer stack. What? This isn't good. We've got no nuts. All right. This is going to be, hopefully this is only in one spot. Sometimes I find that I copied and pasted it and it's now in multiple spots. What's this? Okay, so it's in 2 spots at least. This is ChaosCraft client thread. That's good. Someday I'll figure out how to print out stack trace in this thing. All right, it's right here. We need to catch that, ideally. Yep, caught it right where we thought it'd be. Null pointer, I need the stack. And it's in the debug draw ticker, which is not surprising. Debug draw ticker. And we're looking at 37. So it doesn't have an observable attribute manager. I don't think we need this. So I'm just going to do that, this. I don't know what happened there. This, and this. It's going to cause a fire somewhere else. Get rid of that. And I'm in. It's like the "we're in" the hacker movies. We're in. All right. Meanwhile, in another window, I'm Googling how to print out that stack trace. It's still not what I want. No. Okay. It's void. All right. Well, what we're gonna do is that, I guess. I don't know. Oh my gosh, there's so much in the chat here. I like it when you guys chat. Let's see. Uh-oh. Is it spawning? It's spawning. There, they're spawning. All right. Okay, I'm gonna try and catch up with the chat. This is not the most cinematic thing to watch a bunch of Gen Zeros stand inside of each other. Here we go. The ants went through several million evolutions, so a neural net doesn't quite compare to ants. Several millennia evolution. It depends on how many GPUs we can get the thing to run. we can simulate millennias. Just need a quantum computer, maybe. Man, I can see there's quite a bit of lag, by the way, in this thing. So you're not quite on time here. Well, if you let the bots leave instruction blocks, they can read them so that one bot does what the last one was doing after a ton of evolution. It could be a bit tricky there. Hardjap, that'd be cool. We'd need to introduce the bots to a book and quill to write a whole new language. I thought about figuring out a way to let them do written languages, but I'm not sure we'd be able to interpret them real well. Maybe they can even learn the mysterious enchantment table as a meme. That'd be cool. Whole new language. Facebook tried that and generated a language they can't even understand. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm afraid of. Vaki, welcome to the stream. Hopefully I'm somewhere pronouncing your name right. Oh, you're actually writing your neural net in Java? I'm writing the inputs and outputs in Java. The neural nets are being generated and evolved over time. I don't really get a say in what they do in a lot of ways. Okay, we're just going to debug the wander action real quick. So that looks good. Okay, so a bunch of them are showing up. So I'm wondering, execute may not be getting hit there. I got to look into that. It's getting hit now. A tick org should be getting called. Yeah, it should be getting called no matter what. I don't know why it doesn't hit more often. I mean, they should basically, when they spawn in, if there's no raw output, we got a runner. We had a runner. If there's no raw output and there's no action, it should just wander. But you see here, they're just standing there. Except that one. That one's wandering in some capacity. I'm gonna do something to make sure that they don't wander. There's something they can't really touch. Oh man, you guys are talking fast. Hardip, I figured this project would be best for Java programming language because only Java version of Minecraft would allow mods. That's why we switched to Java. Originally, I was not using Java for v0.1. I think at some point I might have called it like something else, but for that version, I should rename those old videos now that I think about it. Vaki, yeah, I thought. If you're new to this, by the way, check out the version 0.3 playlist in the show notes. That'll catch you up on a bunch of this stuff, or you can catch up on the full ChaosCraft one. But I warn you, on the original ChaosCraft videos, those things are, some of those videos are a bit janky. Quantum compute would greatly benefit ML, like adjusting several weights and iterate over several orgs in a season pass. I need to wrap my head around quantum a little bit more. I'm getting some ideas, but I'm definitely not as versed in it as I ought to be. Oh, with that, well, what if they had a temporary neural net blocks that they can leave that pattern that they pick up? What if they had temporary neural net blocks that they can leave that a pattern, and if they pick up, they can get it for a temporary time? That's an interesting thought. Yeah. I'm talking about making more modular stuff so we can have like one central control neural net, and then they can decide what action to take, and then a smaller neural net can deal with that. Am I crushing this computer? Sorry, I'm look at this other computer for a second. I just realized it looks like something I had it running, doing for hours, may have finished. Nope, didn't finish. Still running. Hey, we got a block placer, right? Where'd he get the blocks? Is it in their inventory? I don't think I put blocks in their inventory. Nope. I got 16 dirt. Okay, maybe I did. Maybe I did put it in their inventory. Okay, we're Gen 1, so see, now they're so much more active. Stop observing. I don't think that debug draw thing is actually being hit right now. Otherwise, we should see a blue line coming out of that guy. But definitely does not look like raw navigation there. Let's debug draw. It is not being hit. Huh. You know what? I bet there's something I forgot to do to attach it to another list. What do I gotta do? Where was it? That's what I gotta do. Here we go. Right here. This project has grown extremely complex. I will be honest with you. You don't need that. You just need this one. Well, we're gonna do a restart quick, and then I'll catch up with the chat. Definitely will go through your playlist. Just came across your channel. I'm doing my honors in data science, so this kind of stuff fascinates me. Cool. Well, we also have a Discord. You're welcome to hop on there. There's a lot of people that are probably even more versed in AI than I am, and machine learning, but I'm just the one that kind of brute force coder, pushing my way through, figuring out things as I go. Anybody else that if it's their first time on the stream or like to shout something out, feel free to. I'm happy to answer any questions I can. If you guys are interested in supporting this, I'm going to say we are on Patreon because this does cost money to host the servers, and I do have a dream of someday doing this for my full-time thing, so I don't have to consult. I just want to travel the world doing acrobatics and building, inventing crazy AI things that hopefully don't come back to kill us. All right, so that guy definitely was full out placing blocks. What's that in the corner there? What is this? What is that? What is this? Hold on, we gotta go full screen on this. What is that? Does anybody know what this is? Wait, if I go F3, it'll tell me, right? Okay. What is that? Dragon egg. Dragon immune. I think at one point we gave him dragon eggs. That was a while ago. Okay, I'm just gonna chalk that up to that. Oh, goodbye, egg. Nope, it's back. Okay, I don't really know how dragon eggs works. Is it? Am I about to summon a dragon or something? What is the end goal of your project? The end goal. So, I have so many ideas. I don't really want to say one is the end goal. Please let this guy be using raw output. Are you using raw output? Looks like raw output. I think he's using raw. Nope, he's pathfinding. Okay, well, he's pathfinding at least. Yeah, he's pathfinding like a son of a gun. Okay, sorry. I eventually, with ChaosCraft, want to make it so the whole world is full of simulated creatures that evolve. So, like, instead of just having skins that look like whatever I choose, excuse me, there'd be different organisms, different models. You know, like they could be a bee or whatever, and their behaviors being completely unique. You know, and they evolve and thrive and die. You know, through time as time goes on, and we'll see if like little civilizations pop up, or like think packs of wolves, or all sorts of stuff, and they'll have like a whole cohabitation where maybe one species is dependent on another, kind of like you see birds picking meat out of crocodiles' teeth and stuff like that. I don't know, like a really whole world where it's totally simulated, and their skins would probably be generated by a GAN, a adversarial neural net, generational adversarial neural net, and the models as well. So they kind of look, you know, I don't know. There's just so much to it. I'd like to see. So the whole world. You come in here and there's new stuff you never see. Disminer teleports every time you hit it. Basically, end game trophy. You can tell I've never actually managed to beat the game. I last weekend started playing Minecraft again to get like ideas, and I've also been watching people speed run it, and they're like, "Oh, this that doesn't look so difficult." Like Dream, beating it with like so much crap going on. Man, I get to that to the not ender dimension, but the other dimension, and they just beat me to death, like instantly. Okay, that's cool. Did he choose to go there? I don't think he raw nav there, but that is showing signs of intelligence there. He's a Gen 1, so it'd be impressive if he was showing that much intelligence. What? No, not that. What's your neural net look like? Get out of here. He's got a middle neuron, action candidate, item score, which you don't really have a lot of that. It's looking at organic entity. It looks like he's trying to do is walk forward, and this is looking good. So every other second he's using raw output. So I think he's doing raw output between walking forward. But what is oscillating? Why is that? I wonder why they're oscillating so fast. Is looking at's changing? Oh, is looking at's changing, of course. Is looking at bedrock, so I wonder if it's picking up the particle or something like that, is why it's oscillating so much. Not sure. Okay, so here's the blue lines. So the debug drawing thing is working. So one of them's trying to walk to this block of air, maybe. I'm not sure. What do we... I think I need to add something more to that action buffer screen. 1 second. Vicky, so simulating the Earth and evolution. I wouldn't say the Earth specifically, but yes, that would be a huge win for me. Because imagine coming in to Minecraft after not having played it for a year, and instead of just seeing a bunch of crap that the developers threw in there, you'd see like all sorts of. I mean, just it's unlimited content generation machine. You the whole world, and you just can't even imagine like what the creatures would be like. Was it Alien Anthony? I think you told me about that one game where they simulate all the pixels, every single pixel, and that was giving me some ideas for different properties that we could give these things. Like we could make stuff acidic and like acid it'll burn you, or like fluid that teleports you, or like, and then when combined, like they do this and that, and then create animals that thrive in these things. Okay, this animal consumes this acid that'll burn this one creature, but they secrete this other thing that'll heal this other one, and just you could just unlock so many crazy things. And then well, it's nice block placement there. And then there's just so many different ideas of how did he get on top of there? I wonder. Oh, it's on top of the spawn block. He just spawned up there. Okay. I'm losing my train of thought here. What am I building? I need to figure out what the current action is in the action buffer screen. Because this I think it does a list of the actions that have already happened. I'm afraid it's not giving me get recent actions. So in recent actions, I think may not be stored until after words, Matt, until after they finish. There we go, 20. We're going to do this. Oh, we're going to go get action dot get current action. Mm-hmm. All right, so that should draw the top action. Let's do this. So I know it's the current one. And we already have an action base down there, so I'm going to just change this to action. There we go. There we go, and we are, dang it, there's already a message. The heck with it, we don't need that. There you go. All right, restarting quickly, and then I will handle some more chat. Never fear, you might find the poet paper interesting. You should paste that somewhere, or send it, pop a link somewhere where I can find that. Alien Anthony, yeah, the game is crazy, especially if you made generating organism in it. Yeah, that'd definitely be cool. Becky, okay, well, I'm off. I have 2 papers due on Sunday. This was me procrastinating. I'll check in later. Well, thanks for joining. Take care. Hopefully, we provided some good content to procrastinate to. What am I at? I got 15 minutes left. I'm feeling good. We might go a little longer. It's been 2 hours and I still haven't drank this tiny little thing of soda. Alright. Oh, I already posted once in the Discord. We'll post again. Alright, cool. Thanks. I don't mean to make you have to repost it so much. Yeah, how do you... I guess if I just dug it, it would disappear. One over there. Well, it's fun. At the end of the last stream, I gave him ender pearls. That was amusing. Okay. So now, oh god, this guy's freaking out. His thing's right there. Why are you freaking out so much? Okay, wait, we gotta go to action buffer. Action buffer, current action, place block, obsidian, Minecraft dragon egg. Does he have Did we give them all dragon eggs? I don't. We must have given him dragon eggs. Hold on, start observing. One of you guys said to give him dragon eggs, and I thought it'd be funny, but now I'm starting to think I shouldn't have done that. This guy's got dirt. So the hiders have dirt. You know what? I'm being silly. I can just go here and look at the rolls, for crying out loud. So the hiders have dirt, and the seekers have dragon eggs. Okay, we're gonna stop that. They don't need dragon eggs. We'll give them planks. Sure, you can have planks. Save. No save message. Refresh. Okay. We'd have to restart the server for that, but we'll get there. And now I'm trapped in this guy. Stop observing. Did I just place one of these things? Look at them, they're looking up. So that indicates most likely using a raw output. Let's see what he's got. Neural net. Interesting. No, he may have just selected something above him. That's possible. Okay, they have gone gangbusters with placing these dragon eggs. Place it on the spawn block. Get out of here. Oh, that's another thing I gotta fix. Is the what was it? It is as the oh god. Maybe I should take a break. Lose my train of thought here. Is the block replacement thing. I'm just gonna have to store all block states in memory, the original block state, and make sure that they're not overridable, which could prove a problem when I modify things. So maybe I'll have to have some type of reset. It's trying to dig the spawn. Okay. Well, you know what? We are outlawing that right now. It's done. No more digging the spawn block. We're going to say that the hardness can't be over a certain amount. Action buffer, no. Dig block action. Validate target. If block state dot get block hardness. No. Just gonna make this debuggable a little bit more. I think it's gonna be a float. Might be a double. Nope, it's a float. If hardness is, and so now I gotta just go back to the chaos blocks. Okay, I'm just checking this. Hardness and resistance 2. That brick, gold block, 3. So what am I giving? The chaos blocks. I'm giving it -1. So -1 means it's in. Maybe because these are all positive. Let's try and find the jungle planks have 2. Iron block has 5. Okay. Obsidian's 50. Well, I'm just going to make it so if it's -1, then they're screwed. Okay, let's see what we got. I think that will take you, that's worth doing a reset. All right. Anybody got any fun plans this week? World open up for anybody? Or is everybody still trapped inside? Alien Anthony, I like how you're suggesting things about ants, and your name has the title Ant in it. I got 2 new stars on the old GitHub repo for this thing, in as much in just today. So maybe I'm gaining traction on GitHub now. Okay, I'm guessing by the picture of the second person that might be Alien Anthony. There's a picture of an ant on it. I don't know. Someone's in our voice chat right now, just hanging out, which I rarely ever use. I should use our voice chat more. Alien Anthony, try my new VR headset and my drive-through graduation. Oh, cool. Well, congrats on both, I guess, yeah. Sorry it's got to be a drive-through graduation, but strange times, right? Okay. So what block state is this? Spawn block. Okay. That's good. We might have actually just fixed something. Okay, I really got to dial back the particles of the score for these guys. They're just scoring too much. These guys Gen 2s yet? Yeah, they're Gen 2s. That's interesting. These guys are still dying off faster than these guys are. I can't tell. Is that a wander behavior? What is your current action? Give me an action buffer. No action. Okay, so he's doing a proper wander. Well, he was. Yep, there you go. Okay, good. He's reshuffled his target. That's outside of here, most likely, though. He can scan out here. Oddly enough, it's possible. It's not easy to do, but if he scans long enough, he can spot outside of there. I don't know why I've got this in small mode. All right, we're putting this in observe mode. Start observing. Please track the best one. Nope, you're just tracking a random one, aren't you? Nuts. All right. What do we got? Alien Anthony, that's a hand. Okay. Never fear, I want a VR headset. It's just expensive as of now. So I bought this phone here, which has got it's Google enabled. I guess Google whatever Google's VR that exists in your phone, VR AR stuff, it's enabled. Because I was trying to pitch a client. Well, I need a new phone anyway, but I was trying to pitch a potential client on an AR app. Normally, I don't go so far outside of my expertises, but I told you guys I have an AR VR project I really, really, really want to do, and we'll probably end up doing and putting on YouTube at some point in the future. So this was a good investment. Let's see. Game nights or other events can make use of VR on the server, or VC on the server. Sorry, VC. Version control. Game nights or other events. I'm not sure I follow that. Disminer, I wasn't supposed to go to school until next year, so I kind of procrastinated and didn't do any homework without deadlines, regretting it. We can get there. I think putting deadlines on myself of these live streams each week and saying I have to have a video each week has definitely helped me not procrastinate as much, despite the fact I did not put a thumbnail in for this. But actually, you know what we'll do? We're going to shoot our thumbnail right now. Get out of here. Oh, stop observing. It's going to be my thumbnail for this. Did you do it? Yep, this week. And now I just have to pop it in the right thing. It's all right. Back to games / there we go. Yeah, they're really starting off weak now that they're not defaulting to use their output. I could make that a biological trait, I suppose. Voice chat. Ah, that makes sense. I'm thinking venture capitalists. I'm like, what is going on here? That's from the startup world, VC, venture capitalists, big investors throw money at stuff. I did actually reach out to my friends that run a business incubator and started the conversation talking to them about some of this stuff. We're really bad at hide and seek. All right, that's good enough. Sorry, I'm on the other screen making sure that I don't lose that copy. Now I'm supposed to go to school June 8th. I got to do everything in a week. Good luck, Disminer. I like that you've got to do everything in a week and you're still, for some reason, chilling on this stream, hanging out. So, Alien Anthony, the only issue is my headset is still in a state. It started in departed faculty yesterday, 1 a.m. Hasn't been seen yet. My headset is still in a state. The part of the facility. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Did you haven't gotten the VR headset yet? I'm not understanding this. Trying my new VR. Haven't seen it. Okay, so it's en route. All right. Alien Anthony, I bought an Oculus Quest. Cool. It's cheap and can be used in PC as well. Good to know. I've got the Google thing that straps this to your face. I'm sure it's not as good. I would love to do more with VR tech. VR and AI definitely are the future. They're also massive buzzwords right now, so I'm concerned about slapping them on everything. Okay, so this guy's goal is straight down. I was wondering how many of them were there. It's right there. So he's close enough to touch it, so he's not navigating to it. Ah, dang it. I was going to see what he was trying to do. All right. I mean, honestly, if a seeker just chose to attack hiders, it would help him temporarily because it would just automatically pathfind to it if he chose that action. But if it would be detrimental because he'd then kill the guy he's seeking, so then he'd have to go find another one, which would waste valuable seconds of life. So this guy's trying to navigate it with his appear or wander. It's tough to say. Yeah, he's most likely wandering, but the question is, where is he wandering? Yep, okay, alright, so he started to move there. Supposed to come in today. I ordered it 2 weeks ago from Amazon. Gotcha. Yeah, my chair got here earlier than I expected. You hear that? No, you don't, because it's a new chair. I think I've still got the old chair sitting over there. I was thinking about blowing it up or something for the video, but it didn't seem practical. I did, on the end of today's or yesterday's video, you could see me. I don't think I had to cut the clip of me assembling it because it didn't turn out well. But you get a chair reveal. Okay, so this guy's wandered off over here. He's doing pretty well. Let's look at the score events. Life 33, 32. Yep, okay, so he's maxed out his life. So we had a pretty productive stream here today. Nope, it's about that time. 64 gigabyte version costs as much as a Vine. I'm not well versed in that stuff. It almost looked like they were more active when they first started. So another neuron I need to give these guys is to look at this, and that'd be a really complex neuron to give them, but to be able to select a spot that these guys over here can't see. Like, it's kind of, he could select as a target candidate one of these guys, and then you could do is visible by target candidate. Let's take a look at their neurons. Yeah, you can use raw output, theoretically. Walk sideways looks like it's firing off. Okay, so there might be a problem with use raw output. I didn't really debug through that. I think I got sidetracked. So we know that gets called. You know what? If that gets evaluated, oh man, this would be horribly inefficient. Well, no, it would stay positive until, so that sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm thinking that this is having some trouble here, but I'm really curious why that was bouncing back and forth so fast. You got neural net. Use raw output. See, look at that. See that jump there? Why is that the biased input? Why is the bias input changing? Okay, this got weird real quick. The bias input appears to be flipping back and forth. Biased inputs shouldn't change ever. I mean, during generations they can mutate, but they shouldn't really be changing. So how is a biased input flipping? Set current value weight. Is the weight flipping? Well, it's possible it's not getting as evaluated as quick. What is that? Looks weird. Not that this whole thing doesn't look weird. Okay, you're not using raw input. Look at this guy. That's pretty complex. Okay, we seeing there's a bunch of stuff tied to the bias. Almost makes me think that my reweighting isn't working as well as I'd like. Well, actually, well, no, they're not observing. They're not allowed to observe new things right now. This guy's got a very complex neural net, and yet he's not doing anything. Poor chair, such evil intentions. Fair enough, Disminer. I'm not gonna actually blow it up. Also, I lack the tools to do so, and I feel like I would be arrested. But is the Vive portable? Don't think so. Plus, I think it could be moddable in the future. Quantum bias input. Yeah, I know, right? What is going on? Okay, so he's got a. I bet he's doing a wander. This guy, that looks like raw input right there. Raw output. And he's got the Euron. I think he died though, because I was going to check to see if that was. Look at this is pretty cool. So that back forth motion, forward backward, I've only seen happen in raw input. Never in. I've not seen that in the navigation. You'll see the turning, but you won't see forward backward motion like that typically in raw input. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to slap some neuron or some. We're going to put some debug points in these outputs. All right, let's just do a jump output. I don't think I've seen anybody jump. I don't think I've seen anybody. Let's see, jump. I know sneak and swim aren't actually being used. We're gonna go. Let's do walk forwards and walk sideways. Okay, so he's targeting the spawn block. I guess no, he's not. Is it the spawn? Yeah, he's definitely targeting the spawn block. Why? What are you trying to do? Trying to place on the spawn block. That is actually a viable behavior. Place block. There, he was somehow unable to quite get there. The bias flipping works as an internal clock for them. Interesting. Okay, neural net. Okay, now that I think about it, like those values were flipping, but these values weren't flipping. So how is that possible? This is a target candidate pitch. Oh wait, this item candidate, those can do that, but the walk sideways output shouldn't have. That's is looking at. Is looking at bias input. Okay, we got a flip and bias to input again. It's going from -1 to 1. Or is it negative? It might be an 8, -1.8 to -1. I don't know. Maybe you should make it so the biased input can't get reset. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. There's a reset on the base input. Let's see if I can find it here. Or on base. Reset. We're gonna take that out of there. We're gonna override it for the bias neuron because that shouldn't be happening. Mouse value is weight, current value is weight. Those are private. Ah, nuts. Whatever. Did I hit a debug point? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I did. Okay, a raw input was hit. That's good. A raw output. Why do I keep saying that? Well, I guess we'll do this. Reset. And there we go. So it'll just set the current value again. So that shouldn't happen, I hope. Oh, it's going to be, oh God, that'd be an overflow. Super. That would have been a massive stack overflow. All right, just connect again. Harjip, welcome back. Alien Anthony, the audio is desynced. Well, it's getting to be time for me to wrap this up anyway. How did this get placed over there? My bad. Nope. Whoop. We got something going on here. No server org manager. Okay, it's not reoccurring. That's just this guy passed, or this guy died on the server before Brain got there. All right, I'm gonna start wrapping up. So again, if you guys are new to this and you guys haven't caught up, or if you want a refresher, check out the playlist. I recommend starting with V0.3. That's when things really got interesting with this. Of course, I got a bunch of other projects in this channel like Chaos Pixel, but I didn't get good at editing until fairly recently. So, but yeah, V0.3 are fairly well edited. With that said, I'm gonna let this run. We're gonna see what happens here. Hopefully, we see more raw outputs being used. So, I need a little break though. Mechanist just says M. All right, Mechanist. I'll be on the Discord if you need me, and also if you want to help out with the server costs, patreon.com /schematical. I'm going to do a cost assessment in the near future. That was cool. So I should be able to figure out. Yeah, never mind. I'm rambling right now. I need to take a nap or something. All right. Thank you, everybody. Also, you can hop on this server that I'm running this on if you are a patron when it's running, because obviously I start and stop it a bunch. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Have a great weekend. Stay safe right now during these really, really weird times. Goodbye.